Hi, I'm Jason Carter, and I'm sick and tired of these national media guys not doing their own research.
And I'm Steve McCollum, and I'm sick and tired of listening to owners and fans and everybody talk about who's paying for what.
Main Event Podcast, it's next.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
You have fun at the game?
Oh, yeah, it was so exciting. They scored the winning hit right at the buzzer.
I think he wants to come inside Utley. He doesn't always go down.
Got a very pure art to that stroke, isn't it? Yeah, it's one to copy.
He starts to come and then he pulls out.
Put your testicles in the C gap.
Hey, welcome to the Main Event Podcast, episode number 39. Jason Carter along with Steve McCullum.
Hello.
Don't forget, you can hit us up on the social media channels. We are on Facebook at The Main Event Podcast, also on Twitter at The Main Event Pod, and you can also find me and Steve individually. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at JasonCarter03, and Steve is at
SMAC 500.
as we get ready for week, what do we got, week 14, week 15 NFL? How many weeks are in the NFL season?
17.
So we got 3 weeks left, so this
That's
is
not
15.
changed. we missed last week. We skipped last week.
We skipped a week. We went on vacation. Sometimes we go on vacation. So for you out there listening, sorry. And you know who you are. We have skipped last week. Went to the rodeo. Rodeo Drive. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. I enjoy a good rodeo.
Good rodeo. That damn old rodeo.
First night, the rodeo was pretty good. They were all on point. Opening night, they were all there. They're all roping pretty good. They're all, barebacking pretty well. And second night, that was a little weaker.
You could not be a rodeo announcer. They're all there roping good. They're all roping what they had to rope.
Doing their thing.
They were steering, wrestling, and they're bareback wide. Dude, I gotta tell you something, man. I know I come from a lot of racing background and stuff like that. The stagger that big girl had on that horse, holy shit! Did you see that?
The what?
The stagger and the sprint car, helps it lean a little bit on their right rear. You remember that big girl was going
the barrel racer?
Riding? Yeah.
The barrel racer?
Yeah, the barrel racer, that big chick. That son of a bitch was eating, man. I don't know her name, but goddamn, she a hefty gal.
They can control a horse though, can't they? Well, I'm not even gonna go there with the size of a girl because, some of the horses were taking those corners, digging in and everything. That was kind of neat to watch. Some of them were taking a little more, rounded approach.
More rounded? Yeah, she was definitely rounded. That one horse, he just took off to that middle barrel. He dicked her so good.
That horse was like, screw you, I'm not doing this tonight.
He was like, F off.
Yeah, he's like, this is night 2, I'm done.
But no, it was fun. We got our tickets overpaid from Scalper, but that's rodeo for you in Vegas. But we sat in family section, so that's pretty cool, seeing all the families interact with each other.
We didn't overpay by that much.
Yeah, it really wasn't that much. It was $25
for where we sat. Yeah, for where we sat, it wasn't too bad at all. But we did see a guy get a 90 score on his bowl on his second run because he got a chance to redo his whole.
Joe Frost, cousin to the late great Lane Frost. Watch 8 seconds, learn something.
Wait for you to say that.
Saw Clyde Frost out there on stage. That's cool.
Yeah, so a 90 ride on a horse that
was a bull, not a horse.
A bull.
Oh, now get this shit right.
That I was trying not to say the Tim McGraw song on a bull named Fu Manchu. I was avoiding myself saying that.
It wasn't Fu Manchu. I don't think that bull's real. It wasn't bodacious either.
But it was a bull that generally doesn't let people ride him for 8 seconds, and got a good video of it and everything. It was a pretty nice ride. So that's the thing about rodeos. They're about 2 hours. But then the thing about the NFR is it's not a lot of fluff in there. It's literally just go, 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 go. Whereas if you go to a local rodeo, you gotta interact with the clowns.
You gotta talk about fluff. Go to the PBR. That is Fluff City. Oh my gosh! I got tired. I was like, you know what? There's only so many times you see a guy ride a bull, and I had a good time. I love that stuff. But I'm like, this clown dude. I don't even know his name, but he is just the most annoying sumbitch ever.
Well, isn't that a definition of a clown?
But he is, I don't know, he has those dumb clown bull riding jokes oh man, I'll tell you what, and do the fire extinguisher out the butt, I don't know, whatever, but
they're all the same jokes.
I'm glad Matt has to deal with him.
They're so bad. Like, they're all the same jokes, you know, and like everybody giggles, and it's just like, oh my god.
Then they all do some weird dance and stuff in the end. But it was a good time, fun stuff. Our picks last week, all of them hit. So that was the first time that's ever happened. We should have made our bets.
I know.
I told you should have bet. I told you all of our picks were going to hit last week, and sure
They
enough,
did.
they did.
You guys won't know it because we didn't announce it on the air,
Yep.
but yeah. The thing I liked about it was on the announcer side. Like I was telling you, man, that guy was so smooth. Like he would just literally just you know, put a sponsor in there, just like a casual conversation. Like you don't even know he's naming the sponsor. It was just, you know,
Oh yeah.
the go down and grab some Wranglers on your way home, you know. And you're just like, he's like, on your way out to the thing, you know, you got the Wrangler Park over there, and you're just like, whoa,
All these cowboys out here, let's tip our resistals.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Now let's kick in there with your Justin boots, your Wrangler jeans, and let's go give a ride.
it was like, holy crap, man! I'm like out there buying all this stuff because the guy's like subliminally messaging me.
It's like, dude, check out these Wranglers this mock. I'm a resistol hat. Got a Coors Light and Pendleton.
Yeah.
What you want to do here?
That's what I thought was pretty neat, you know, just the way they announced it. And they just kept it flowing, which was awesome because, like I said, the fluff in a regular rodeo just drives me batty, you know. It's like, let's just go. Let's just go to the next event. And, I mean, they were nonstop, you know, so it was exciting. So if you're a rodeo person and you haven't been out to the NFR, you know, got a weekend left, but till next year, you know. So.
Get out there and get it. It's fun. Every year. Go and try 10 days next year. You ready?
Yeah, every year I say
Every year we say that.
Every
Year it's like, we're doing all 10 days next year. We're going to freaking stay here. It's going to be a badass trip.
We might as well just become season ticket holders for it at this point.
Well, they got the first half and the second half that you can do, like season ticket wise.
But then they got the whole thing too.
Did they have the whole thing? No, I think they have to buy them separately still.
No, that's not what I was reading.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because it was like, you know, for the expensive seats, you know, the suites or whatever, it's like $300 a night, and it was $3,000 for the whole thing.
There you go.
Yeah, y'all.
Just get sweets. What
I don't
be
know
those
that.
guys?
I'd rather be, to be honest with you, on a rodeo. Like where we sat was perfect.
Oh yeah, down there in the.
The only bad thing was if we were a couple rows up because when they moved, I don't know what the shoot numbers were. But, you know, you had 1, 2, 3 say on our side.
Yeah,
and
I think we had
4, 5, 6 on the other side.
And then 8.
Yeah, so like when the riders, especially the bull riders, when they came out the 4, 5, and 6, it was hard to see them because bulls don't go out into the thing, whereas bareback and everything does. So, but it was cool having the ropers come toward us, and then the barrel riders, the chicks coming out from underneath us and everything. So I don't know, it was pretty neat. It was a good time. If you never
like
been,
a corner seat off there to the side.
yeah, then you'd be able to see everything. Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously being in the middle would be better than where we were, but still had awesome seats.
It was good. Now don't complain about the seats. You just said were really good.
I'm not
You have to
complaining
find something to complain about.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying there's, you know.
Just saying. One thing though
That
you
shut
can
me up.
complain about is Stephen A. Smith. Did you watch First Take today?
I did actually.
Did you see Stephen A. Smith today?
I did. It's not a matter of not doing research, Jason. It's just the knowledge of not giving a crap and thinking that you're the man and not caring because, you know, you're Stephen A. Smith.
There's the thing, and I get it. I'll give it to him. Stephen A. Smith. So today he was talking about the Chiefs and Chargers game with Max Kellerman, and also had Teddy Bruschi. Is it Bruschi or Bruschi? Anyways, I'll just play this clip here for you of what I got here. I got this from some guy's Twitter. He videoed it and played it out for Stephen A. Smith. So they're on First Take, getting ready to talk Chargers and Chiefs, and interesting matchup selections old Stephen A. has.
I'm going to have some faith in Spencer Ware and thinking that, you know, he can do some things. I'm keeping my eyes on this matchup right here.
Spencer Ware's out.
I'm sorry?
Spencer Ware is out.
Oh, yes, I forgot. I'm sorry, Max.
After the foot, yeah.
Absolutely, he is out. But I'm thinking Tyreek Hill. I'm thinking Patrick Mahomes. I'm also looking at the San Diego Chargers on offense, and I'm thinking about Hunter Henry and the way that he's played this year and as effective as he's been. He's going up against Derek Johnson, and I got to keep my eyes on that because I'm looking at it from the standpoint. Listen, here's where I'm at with all of this. At the end of the day, I'm looking at Patrick Mahomes. I'm looking at Tyreek Hill. I'm looking at Travis Kelce.
So Two, well,
What's wrong with that? Besides Spencer Ware being out and he doesn't know it.
all right, the Spencer Ware thing I get, because that, like, kind of just got announced. Like, it really wasn't like, all right, you know, whatever.
Jason, where does he work?
Like, I had him on my deal
Where does he work?
on my fantasy team, and he was still looking to get, like, 2.5 points. So I can get the Spencer Ware thing.
But where does he work?
He works at ESPN. Doesn't work in Kansas City, so, I mean, you know, news could have gotten slow. But then to go off and talk about how he's interested in the matchups of Hunter Henry, who hasn't played all year, been on the IR.
He's been on IR. Blew his knee out in preseason, right? Or training camp, or April, right? Or something.
He's been out all year. Hasn't played a effing snap all year. And then Derek Johnson, who is doesn't even play for the Chiefs.
No, not even on the team
Not even
anymore.
on the team.
Yeah.
Like, nothing. And those are the two matchups that one Stephen A. is looking for. So, all right. I watched Clay Travis, and he was kind of talking about what could happen and all that stuff. Because Clay, I mean, he does radio, TV, all this stuff. He's like, look, Stephen A. isn't doing his prep. All right, it could have been either one of those Ron Burgundy situations where the intern was just like, you know what, I'm out. Fuck you, Stephen A.
Somebody else is doing his. Somebody else is doing his prep.
Like, let's make you look dumb.
Yeah.
You know, but you really shouldn't get those wrong, especially on a debate show. Like, your whole thing about your show is you're supposed to, like, make your opinion sound better than the next guy's, but you can't even get, like, facts right in life. Like, it's just really a bad look. And I mean, they were talking about on the radio yesterday. Was it the Libertard show we were listening to on the radio?
Yes.
They were talking about how, like, Stephen A. was getting owned lately. Like,
yeah, but
is Stephen A. just, like, in a non-give-a-fuck mode, or what?
I was reading that he wants to get his own, like, political show, like on CNN or Fox News or something. So maybe he's doing all that stuff. But I mean, that's exactly right. That's all that's happening is Stephen A's not doing his prep anymore. He's not a football guy. He's not a boxing guy. Like, all of a sudden he's this big boxing commentator on ESPN, you know? And it's very clear he's just talking to other people and getting the information, you know? Because a non-boxing guy does not talk that way.
And the best thing about it, their best boxing guy works for HBO, which is Max Kellerman.
I know.
Who Stephen A. has to, like, have conversations with about boxing.
I know. Like, you know, so, I mean, it's just very clear that Stephen A. doesn't do his prep work. Stephen A. has no interest in this game tonight. Like, he's just taking what other people are saying and trying to regurgitate it. So that's exactly it. Somebody set him up for this, like, names and stuff. Because there's no way if you did 1 second of prep, even if you didn't do 1 second of prep, like, I follow both these teams and I wouldn't have named both those guys.
Yeah, like, why would you name Hunter Henry and Derek Johnson? Like, you know, you go, like saying, all right, you know, Tariq Hill, Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, like, two guys, freaking awesome.
Yeah, but then you'd go...
Then just go Phillip
like
Rivers.
Yeah, then you would go, like, a defensive end and then, like, you know, a quarterback, you know, or a linebacker or whatever, right, to counteract those two. Because that's what's going to come down to Hill is what linebackers are going to get mismatched on him. But, yeah, that's the thing. Like, he's not even, like, in the same parallel. And those are the two worst... Even if they were playing, those are the two worst matchup guys to bring up. So it makes zero sense whatsoever. And even then, like, Spencer, I don't forgive him on the Spencer. You know, he works at ESPN. He literally he was just on Wingo and Mike like 20 minutes earlier.
Talking about.
You know, and I understand, like, if he misspoke, like, because, you know, every once in a while we'll name a name and then we're like, well, who's that? Why did I just say that? So I can get that. But no, he was dead set on, these are the two guys I'm watching for the matchup tonight.
And I like how in that clip, Max goes, Spencer Ware's out. Like, Spencer Ware's out. And he's like, oh, yeah, sorry, my bad. But then, like, the next two screw-ups were like, because, like, you know, there's a minor screw-up, you, like, hey, you correct him on, like, yeah, yada, yada, whatever. Like, you're on national TV, so you want to keep it flowing smooth. Like, oh, hey, man, Spencer Ware's out. You know, they just announced it in case you missed it. But then when he said, like, Hunter Henry and Derek Johnson, there's no way you can, like, go back and correct him on that. But you could see Teddy Bruschi's face, which I thought was probably the best part of this whole video, where he hears Hunter Henry and he's like, huh? And then Stephen A. said it with so much confidence, I kind of felt that Teddy Bruschi was like,
there's something I don't know.
I've been wrong all year long. Like, wow, okay, I must have missed the boat on that one.
I think Bruschi knew all along that Stephen A. was messing up, and it was almost like, yeah, let him go.
And almost like he was reflecting, but at that point, you can't say, hey, dude, he hasn't played all year, and this guy isn't on the team without making Stephen A. look like a complete jackass on national television.
And you can't do it on his own show either. When you're a guest, you can't be the guy that does that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and Kellerman can't do it because they're co-workers, you know, so.
And this is the thing that sucks. Everybody in the, like, every media outlet is catching up on the story and, like, making fun of it and all that stuff.
A lot.
But ESPN shows, like, aren't touching it. Like I want like what's it, High Noon, the Dan Le Batard show. I want them to like come at this like full sell.
Dude, it was out like 5 minutes after he said it. People were literally rewinding their DVRs and recording it. Like people caught on that quick. So I mean, so there are knowledgeable fans out there that were like, "What did you say? Let's get this again." Because I saw it at least 10 different people, like literally 3 to 5 minutes after he said it.
And that's the one I found. I was like, "What the heck is this?"
There's starting to be some good, like Awful Announcing has like a real one out, like a real one now where it's not some guy videoing on his phone.
Yeah, I saw one of those earlier.
So there are good copies starting to come out now and everything. But yeah, this morning it was completely like Joe Schmo recording it on his phone.
but here's what Stephen A. said on his Twitter. He replied, so Damian Parsons, at DP NFL, is the guy who initially came out with this story. His follower count went up through the roof. Dude's let's see here. He's a guy who watches film for breakfast, weekly podcast host. Oh, there we go. We can get him on the show at some point. He said, this is exactly what happens when you don't know football. Hunter Henry hasn't played all year. Look at Brewski's face. Hashtag WTF. Oh, dear. Well, Stephen A. responds to this guy with a retweet and says, my brother, it's called a mistake because I was thinking of Virgil Green, but mentioned Hunter Henry because I was multitasking. Like, who thinks of Virgil Green of all situations, right? He's like, this is what happens when you're doing 1,000 things, but I don't blame you if you told me stay off the weed. That was a brain lock moment. Like, what could you possibly be doing, dude? Like, if you watch like NFL Live, Adam Schefter is constantly on his phone.
And talking.
Constantly on his phone and talking. Like, he will seriously be there talking about, so-and-so, he said he's going to be out. And then he's like looking, he's like, oh yeah, just got word. Looks like, Patrick Mahomes is going to play tonight. Tariq Hill, though, right now has a bad back. Oh, look, just got another thing. Todd Gurley, he's good to go. And a broken vertebrae for Carson Wentz. Breaking news.
All that is just a lousy, like, what excuse can we go with? But, okay, so he was looking for Green, right? But how does that excuse the other guy who's not even on the team? Like, come on, Stephen A. Like, just own it, man. Just be like, hey, I screwed up this morning, blah, blah, blah. Just be like, hey, sometimes you have tough mornings. Today was one of those for me. Just own it and move on with your day. And everybody leave you alone. But, that's the other thing I got, right? He's got 1,000 things going on. Wouldn't that be part of the problem, Stephen A? Like, maybe you should cut back a couple things you're doing right now. Like, I get it, man. You want to be the man or whatever. But he was literally on Wingo and Mike. He's literally like overexposed. Le Batard is making fun of him because he's so overexposed.
Yeah, Le Batard was like, get him yesterday. Like, gosh, like Stephen A is just getting owned lately. Like,
yeah, and it's like he's making obvious mistakes. And then he just admits he's doing 1,000 things. That's your show. That's your bread and butter. If you don't want to do it anymore, get off it.
Like, I know you got that, and you got your radio show, and you want to do this political show. You got to pick something that you want to do and stick with it. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't know.
Well, just if you're on First Take, concentrate on what the heck you're saying. You shouldn't be doing 1,000 things while you're on First Take. They're already horrible enough. Kellerman and Stephen A. Smith are already horrible enough on that show, and yeah, we're spending a lot of time talking about it. Yes, I watch it from.
They should miss old Skip Bayless.
I don't know if I go that far.
No? Not going there yet?
The problem with those debate shows is they literally take sides just to like, like, I'm convinced Max Kellerman is not as douchey as he comes off. He spends 30 minutes setting up something he wants to say about something, and it's just like, just say it, man. Just debate it. Like, why do we need the backstory, man?
Well, we've been listening to so we usually listen to 98.7 in the car, the home of Arizona sports. We listened to that Fanatic a little bit. Had a job interview with those guys. A few what? What was that face?
Because you always bring that up.
Well, yeah, you listen to what they have on the goddamn air. Of course I bring it up. Me and you could go fart in microphones and sound better than half that crap on their damn radio show.
I'm not disagreeing.
So I bring it up.
I do like the blender. You don't, but I do like the blender.
Look, I told you, like, if I went on my entire life.
By the way, blender guys, this is Jason, the guy that likes the Seahawks.
And Big Steve right here. Like, I'm not big on, let's go to Caller Dave in Wisconsin. We got Caller Dave. But they literally just read text after text after text.
That's not what they do.
And then they talk about, like, show. Like, you guys don't do any show prep. You guys are like, oh, Moist One says, yeah, Moist One, I got you there. Oh, Big Steve says, oh, yeah. Oh, Jason says,
Matty Ice.
Timpy Gray says, hey.
Here's what film me, doctor.
That's what they do for 2 hours.
First of all, we do listen to it in small snippets, so it does seem like that. But like today when I was driving around, they literally didn't read a text for a good 45 minutes.
No
they were
way.
literally talking football.
You were
stuff.
lying.
No.
You stop your lying.
I'm telling you, dude.
To prove your point. I wasn't listening, so you can lie to me all you want.
I'm telling you,
All right,
man.
Steve was wrong on 2 picks last week. I'll tell you right now.
I enjoy the blender. Like, it's just a different format, you know? Like, they still talk sports, and then they allow jackasses like us to like text in and make stupid comments or laugh about it. And then it's funny when they take like that guy Jason who had that highlighter outfit, how great they think, and they just made fun of you for 10 minutes. It was great because those are the ugliest uniforms.
These uniforms are
on the face of the
so
planet.
solid, man.
They're awful.
I don't know why you don't like those uniforms. It helped them power a win.
Had them highlight a win.
They highlighted their win
So
right
stupid.
there. I don't know. It's more of like a night show. You know what? There needs to be like a night show in Phoenix.
Like, okay, so here's the difference, right? And then you got, like you said, 98.7 or whatever it is with Gambo and Burns, which Gambo just yells about everything and tells you how great, his sources are or whatever. But you don't really get any information, and until it breaks.
He does the whole. I just talked to a guy. I got a guy right now. He's over there in Vegas. He's at the winter meetings. I just talked to him.
Yeah.
I just talked to him.
I enjoy that insider side and everything. Like, I like Gambo and stuff. I'm not a big fan of Burns, but I like Gambo's side of stuff. But I guess my point is, half the people listening now. God, you got feedback last time we did that live video where it was like, Jason, shut up and let Steve talk. So you're not going to make everybody happy. Is what I'm getting at here. People are going to like you. People aren't going to like you. But we always listen to Blender. So for some guy that doesn't like it, we're always listening to it.
Well, yeah, that's because you turned it on the other day. I was staying away from the Blender after they made fun of me. Who just got that job over there? Adam?
Adam Green.
How much do you think he's like, what the fuck did I come into? Because he actually came from like a reputable sports team.
Well, he was ArizonaSports.com and stuff.
Yeah, he was like with Arizona Sports.
He's part of that 98.7.
Like, how much do you think, like, going to, to 50 days, like, what the hell? Like, doing this stuff.
I would argue that, Jason, a job is a job.
Oh, yeah. But... So I'm trying to pull this clip up for you here. It's a long video, so I gotta try and time.
Edit it down here.
I'm trying to time it right.
Are you telling me to stretch? Well, we got a texter here. Let's see what
there we go.
Let's see what Jimmy says.
Well, no, I know what you were getting ready to talk about.
Go.
So you're getting ready to talk about Phoenix Suns, obviously, right? And some stadium stuff. Is that where you're getting at?
That's where we're going.
That's where you want to go. Well, last night had a city council. Didn't get the vote last night because they weren't gonna have enough votes. But this old broad, I don't know who this broad is, but she's going off here. I think she's coming to the microphone here. It's at the city council meeting last night.
Calling a continuance when people have come down here in large numbers to speak to this item, which has been furtively and secretly negotiated and put on this agenda. This is Chicago politics at its worst, and it has a very foul odor. We are in the business of governing a large city for all who live here. And we are not in the business of funding private enterprise. I don't care what it is. Private enterprise in a capitalist society, and I support it, is self-supporting by its own wise and diligent business practices. Mr. Sarver has done nothing to improve this team in the 14 years he's owned it. He's never funded or bought, paid for 2 or 3 key players, which make any sports team, professional sports team, successful or on the road to success. He's so tight, he squeaks when he walks. And you have been negotiating with this kind of person? Shame on each and all of you. And upon you, Ed, I thought your principles were higher and better than this. We are not in the business of paying taxes to support private enterprise, and especially not an entertainment enterprise. They can support themselves or fail on their own lack of diligence. Don't do this to us again. And make your considerations and discussions with the private sector public. We fund this city.
Thank you.
It isn't funded by private enterprise.
Thank you. Tim?
Straight calling out Ed. Holy crap, like she just goes all in on Ed there, right?
I'm not familiar with the Phoenix City Council members, but yeah, poor Ed's probably like, whoa, lady. Probably his mom, probably his grandma or something. So, she's wrong about one thing is, unfortunately, we are in the business of funding professional enterprises, ladies. So it's been an age-old question. It's been an age-old thing. So I guess I'll just ask you first off, because I've talked a little bit about it, but I have pretty strong opinions on this, but not the way people think I do. So how do you feel, like any public, like the Phoenix one's getting convoluted with other stuff, but how do you feel about this type of stuff?
Like, I'm good with it. Like, mostly it's a tourist tax, like whatever. Like, the Rangers just put up a new stadium. I guess I paid some of the tourist tax. I went down there and got a hotel. I don't know.
Every time you go there, eat at a restaurant or anything.
Yeah,
you pay
I got a rental car. Holy crap, I paid. I didn't even notice it. It wasn't a big thing for me. And, I've been saying the Rangers need a new stadium because I need some AC when I go to a day game in Texas because that's needed. So, yeah, I was a total fan on that one.
But see, you're a sports fan, so I'd expect you to say that, right? So
Greta Rogers, by the way, that's who it was, and yes, if you're asking, she looks just like a Greta and extremely old.
Yeah, she
does not have her fastball anymore.
Good for her. She's probably on a fixed income. I can understand not wanting to pay extra taxes, but she's absolutely wrong. Government is in the business of keeping viable sports enterprises alive and in their city. Because we all know if the Phoenix Suns move from downtown Phoenix, that place dies most of the wintertime, because then the only thing down there will be baseball, and baseball's only played in the summer. And then even then they're gone for 2 weeks at a time or whatever. So downtown Phoenix, the council members need to make this happen to go, whatever. But that is one reason why they postponed that vote, was they did not have the votes to pass. So they all pushed it a month down the line so they could try to make a deal here to go. The problem with the deal here in Phoenix is that everybody hates the owner. He is god-awful owner. He got caught at the arena making fun of a guy for
asking him how much money he had.
And then the guy goes, I have $100. And he goes, I feel sorry for you, And it's like...
It's like, this dude literally just paid to come here,
Yeah, and he paid butt tickets.
If you're not wearing a Mavs shirt tonight to cheer against Starver...
What colors am I wearing?
You're rocking blue. So
I'm not going to go as far to a Mavs shirt, but I'm wearing blue.
Well, you better cheer Luka.
I don't know if I'm cheering anybody, but
you should cheer Dirk.
In case you haven't noticed, we're going tonight.
It's probably the last time you get to see Dirk in person.
You know what? Thank God.
Wow.
I don't need to see my grandfather play basketball, Jason.
Wow, how dare you.
So, I do not feel Dirk is the god you do. We've been over this.
Well, he is.
So, you have all these things where people don't want to give Sarver the money and everything. And then now Sarver's threatening to take the team to Seattle or whatever, which is an empty threat because he ain't going anywhere. Like, the NBA is not moving the Phoenix Suns from Phoenix, people. Like, that is never happening. So now he's threatening that. Guys, if you're an owner, it's like when when you're a kid and you want ice cream for dessert, and you have to sweet talk your parents a little bit. You don't come in and be like, I'm gonna eat ice cream now, damn it, you're gonna listen to me. You sweet talk them a little bit and everything. And Robert Sarver's such a pompous asshole that doesn't know what he's doing. Forget about paying some free agents. Dude, they haven't even been to playoffs in 14 years, right? 13 years?
It's been a while.
So
it's been that.
It's been awful. Like, he's got no public relations. But here's the problem with the stadium is the Suns don't own it. The city owns it. And it hasn't been upgraded in 28 years or something like that. So, it needs renovations because concerts go there. A lot of concerts go there. A lot of other stuff goes on there.
WWE Raw.
So it needs,
coming at you.
So it needs, and that's where it's getting all convoluted here. But as a sports fan, also I agree with you. Like, I would rather renovate it for $150 million than build another fucking arena in town for $400 million. You know what I mean? Like, let's just renovate it, shut Sarver up, make him put more money into it that he has, and then let's all move on with our day. But it's gotten so convoluted. But
Yeah, but the flip side of that, though, too, like you're talking about baseball being down there, I mean, that could be moving to Scottsdale eventually.
It's not moving, though, but that was a play by the Diamondbacks, and the Diamondbacks got control of their own maintenance and everything. The Diamondbacks played that and pissed some people off with it, but now they're in control of their maintenance. They got the county to give them the money to do their own renovations at the stadium and stuff.
It's going to move at some point.
What?
Next 10 years, they're breaking ground.
But how old's that stadium now?
97. So, I mean,
20 years?
It's younger than what, the Rangers have.
But it's all a negotiating ploy,
3 years.
right? It's all a negotiating ploy. That's all this is with Sarver. Him threatening to move the team to Seattle. It's just to panic people and be like, oh my God, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? And, everybody needs to relax. It's a negotiating tool. But it goes for anywhere, especially here in Phoenix. We have a sordid history with deals being made, unpopular deals being like when the Diamondbacks first got here. A council member got shot in the butt, if you remember, if you were around here. She got shot at a council meeting because people were so pissed off at what a backdoor deal that was and everything. So just be blatantly upfront about it. Say you're going to do it, and this is why you're going to do it, city council members. And if you're not going to do it, say why you're not going to do it. The team ain't going anywhere, let's be honest. He's not going to pay if he's going to pay the relocation fee of $500 million to move to Seattle or $600 million to move to Seattle, he could pay the $150 million to renovate it if he really, really wants to.
And he's so tight, he squeaks when he walks. Best
the
line,
best line
Greta.
ever, right?
So apparently, I've been reading up on the story. I got it on Deadspin. For once, I actually came with something that I kind of wanted to read.
They're probably snarky about it.
So it was pretty funny. It was kind of broke down the Rogers deal. So Greta Rogers, apparently, she goes to city council meetings on the reg. Like, she is a regular on city council. Seen her on the news probably plenty of times here. Not a big sports person. Last year, she spoke out in front of the council after they voted to use half of the $15 million tax boon earned Mark for parks to pay off debt from city-owned golf courses. She didn't hold back on that one, saying, "You gave the middle finger salute to the citizens of the city of Phoenix," and then stuck the finger in their ear. Or in their eye. Yeah, their ear would be kind of a turn on. Greta Rogers, an activist who challenged the financial maneuver, told the council, "I want this money repaid in full." And in 2012, she also called out the council 24 months of how you say that word? Dithering and arguing. And she said, "Get on with this, thank you." So I don't know.
She uses way too bigger words than I do.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's the age-old thing here where, that's where the whole tourist tax came into. If it didn't start in Phoenix, it started someplace. We were one of the first to do it.
Yeah.
Because that was the whole thing, was the Cardinals were not getting a new stadium here in town if the regular folks were paying for it. So the whole reason they did it to get it to pass was, look, tourists are paying it, which you end up paying it when you go to restaurants, you rent a car here, people do staycations here in the summer because we can stay in the nice resorts for, $70 when they're normally like $600 a night and stuff like that. So but I mean, I just get annoyed with this whole bantering back and forth. Like, stop, if you're an owner, stop being a royal jerk for at least a few months to, be nice to people to kind of get them on your side if you're asking for this type of stuff, for one. Two, stop dismantling your already crappy. They have 4 wins on the season, and now they're trying to unload Trevor Ariza, who was their big offseason signing.
Is he playing tonight? Yeah, their big offseason signing the day of opening day.
Yeah. At least put an effort forward. 4 wins when you're asking for more money probably isn't ideal, right? That's like when a panhandler, wants you to give him $1 and he's got brand new $150 Nike, more expensive shoes than you got on.
He's got those J's.
You're like, really, buddy? Like, you got nicer shoes than I got on right now, and you want me to give you money? Like, you should be giving me money right now. There's a way to play this and do it, and Sarver is so bad at everything that he just can't do it well. And it's costing him a lot of stuff. I mean, he's going to get it eventually. The fact that they postponed it instead of voting it down tells you they're going to work out a deal somehow. And what it's going to do is Sarver's going to have to... I think he wants $150 from the city and $80 million he'll do himself. And what that's going to do is that's going to turn, and it's going to be like 100 or something to that effect to get it done, or whatnot. But I mean... it's a catch-22, but the fact that the city owns this arena, not Sarver, and all the other events that happen there, Sarver doesn't get money for those other events and stuff. You know, he rents that arena, so that's like a city-funded thing. So that's why it needs to be done. But Sarver's so bad that he's doing it. Like, if I hear one more time about how the NBA needs to step in, and the NBA doesn't step in and fire owners unless they're racist pigs like Sterling, you know? And it's just, the talk has just gotten outrageous here in town. It's driving me nuts, everybody.
It's egregious.
You listen to me, the Blender? You listen to me?
It's egregious.
Blender? Stop talking about it.
Egregious.
Egregious.
So
annoyed with it. It's not even fun. Like, I'm getting irritated.
You are getting irritated. But, I mean, it's what it is. We'll see. I'm sure it's going to get passed.
It's going to get it.
And it will.
The team's not moving.
And nobody's going to think about it when
the team's not moving.
Nobody's going to think about it when they go pick up a Coke down in
he's not buying a new, you know, he's not moving the team. You know, the nobody's building him a new stadium. Nobody's going to give him $600 million to build a new stadium on his own. You know, or anything like that. So that's what's so dumb about this argument is, you know, we all know how